Viewers, it's Cynthia Michael from Screen Review, bringing my 535 podcast. This is my 535 podcast, and like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to break your heart during this audio podcast recording trial, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will take your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will take your adult language if you're under 18. Now, if you're over 18, then you go to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out of the way, let's get into the top of this podcast. I know that yesterday that Loki's the final episode of Loki came out. Yes, for season one. So basically, the final episode of Loki came out for season one. Came out yesterday, but I was supposed to do this. I was supposed to do this podcast yesterday, but something came up. So basically, I know that yes, I know that Loki season one finale came out yesterday. Why are you posting this now? Something came up. So basically, just to let you guys know, I was scheduled to do this podcast yesterday, but something came up. So basically, just to let you guys know. Anyway, I gotta say. First of all, I'm amazed that this Loki series got a season. Is going to have a season two. So basically, that was a big shock after watching the end credits. Like, oh, Loki's going to have a season two. But anyway, honestly, I feel like I really think like Loki season two might come out. I read that Loki season two might come out after the second Doctor Strange film, maybe after. So basically, I believe that Marvel might come up with Loki season two after Spider-Man comes out or the second Doctor Strange movie comes out. Cause honestly, that's the timetable right there. So basically, I think after the first Spider-Man movie. After the first Spider-Man movie and the second Doctor Strange movie comes out, I believe that's when Disney Plus and Marvel is gonna come up with the second season of Loki. But anyway, let's get into the details about this series. I gotta say, I really like this series. Something this series is really deep. Give us a more deeper sense about Loki's, a really deep sense about Loki as a person, and also talks about really talks about the possibilities, really talks about the possibilities about people controlling their own destiny and their if they do have their own free will. So basically, that's what the series is really about. Like Loki, Loki is like Loki is like he doesn't want to be Loki is he feels like he's trying he feels like because he's the god of Mention, that's all he wants, that's what he's fated to be, but Loki wants to be more than just a god of mystic. So they causing chaos. He wants to be something more than a god of mischief. So basically, that's where we got to the series. Get to understand. Loki saying, I don't like to. I don't enjoy what I do, but, I'm just forced in this role. So basically, I just feel like I'm forced in this role, being the god of mischief, that's why everybody respects me, everybody expects me to be mischievous, but, I want to do more, just cause mischief. So basically, that was the whole idea of, the whole promote the whole really sold really sold the series is like in the first episode that Loki was telling Morbius that he doesn't enjoy what he do as a god of mischief, but this is the role I had to play this role even if I like it or not, but I want to gain a better role for my life. So basically, Loki really the only times that the opportunity he had to screw Sylvie over, the female Loki, Sylvie, he could have, honestly, he could have screwed Sylvie over when he got to the real person who was in charge of the sacred timeline, who started the who was in real charge of the timeline. Honestly, he could have ruled time if he could have ruled time if he wanted to, but instead he could have ruled time. He could have been the god of time, but instead we seen a side of Loki we haven't really we haven't really seen before. Like Loki looking at the bigger picture, this is something bigger than me, and that this whole secret timeline about the whole crazy about all this. Loki realizes this is beyond me. I had to, Loki started off as what, I'm gonna use these time agent guys to get to that boss and take him out, and after getting the full picture about after getting the full bigger picture from the time agent boss, he's like, he realized this is way more bugging. This is way more bigger than I expected. It's really caused Loki to think whoa, actually kill this, actually kill the one who remains. Shit can be even worse. Loki's whoa, it's really thinking that this. I started out to trying to get to the boss to take him out, and not it started off as Loki wanted to get to the boss of the head honcho of time, that way he could make sure that he survived. But once he got to the head, him and Sid got to the head boss and realized that the boss realized that this is bigger than survival. Is about everything else existing, about the whole bigger picture right here. So basically, this shit is crazy. But the one who remains, the guy who's head of time, it seems like it's kind of similar how the monitor, how the monitor from the Airverse, the Crisis Airverse crossover. Remember how the monitor. The monitor, made a device to go to different parallel dimensions, and that came a big. And he caused this great, and he unleashed this powerful anti-monitor dude and shit like that. And it seems basically the one who remains, the guy who started the whole the whole time agency. Realized that he was fucking around with forces he was fucking around with things he shouldn't have done. So basically what I'm trying to say is that the one who remained is the whole story of the one who remained is kind of similar to the monitor from the Arrowverse crossover or Crisis on Infinite Earths and shit like that. It's kind of the story. it's kind of a bit similar. But anyway, overall I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this series. So basically, I can't wait to season two. But most likely, I believe that Loki won't season two. Loki won't be out until the third Spider-Man and the second Doctor Strange movie comes out. So basically, that's my best bet right there. So basically, once the third Spider-Man movie comes out, once the second Doctor Strange movie comes out, that will be. That will then we will probably get Loki season two once these two movies come out. So basically everybody's wondering, it's most like it makes most sense that we won't get Loki season two until the first Spider-Man movie and the second Doctor Strange movie comes out. comes out. So basically, and also this could lead. Who knows what this could lead? This whole time these multiple timelines could lead to, like, who knows who might pop out. Hey, maybe Robbie Downey Jr. might return to play Iron Man in Loki season two. Maybe we might finally get to see Deadpool in Loki season two. Maybe hell, fuck it. Maybe we might get to see Harry Berry, Harry Berry X-Men make their appearance. So basically, who knows? So basically, season two has a lot of possibilities. Season two of Loki has a lot of possibilities. But anyway, season one, overall, season one of Loki, it was very good. It's very fucking good. So basically, I suggest you check this out. So basically, I can't wait to see season two of Loki. Who knows? We might see pop. Who knows? We might see pop up. Maybe we might see Toby Maguire's Spider-Man pop up in season two of Loki, or maybe we might see Garfield's Spider-Man pop up in season two. But so basically, season two of Loki has a lot of possibilities to have guest stars from the NGU to pop up. Shit, maybe we might see Iron Fist. We might see Iron Fist and Luke Cage and Daredevil and them pop up, and maybe in season two of Loki. But anyway, it is what it is. So basically, what do you guys think about season one of Loki? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it just okay? Or just now? Please let me know in the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, just sit your like open, reviews, sign off. 1.